Hello, freaks and geeks, and welcome to Mouth Noises. This is your once a month freaking non-true crime podcast where Nick and I eat something, drink something, and talk about something. So,
Yeah,
welcome to it, man.
that's good. It's really good job, Muriel.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, it's 2026, baby, and thank God it's what I think we're recording this on January 5th, and there's been absolutely no news lately to talk about, so that's a good thing. You know what I
You're
mean?
joking.
There's,
And it's January 6th, by the way.
Is it
so
the 6th?
There's a lot of news happening.
no, there's literally none.
I'm
I
sorry.
checked. I checked. There's no world events to care about,
Oh
so
my
it
God.
we're completely in the clear to just kick back and try to freaking digest our Christmas
Miracles?
miracles.
Okay, well, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, the first thing we're going to talk about is how my cat pissed all over me in the car. But first, we're going to follow the format of this podcast, which is always very difficult. We're going to talk to you about different things. So first up, what are we eating, Nikki?
We're eating some fried mussels and marinade. It was a big tinned fish Christmas.
Legit, how many cans? I think like 12.
I think like 12. We even got one mailed to us by an aunt and uncle who I don't think they've ever sent us a gift before.
No, but my cousins listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That was cool.
That was really cool. We got mackerel.
We got mackerel, we got herring, we got really fancy tuna, we got sardines,
We got anchovies.
we got anchovies. But today we're gonna try the fried mussels and marinade. These are Portuguese. I don't remember who gave these. Maybe it was your mom.
No, I think it was Johnny and Paige.
Johnny and Paige. You know, we got just loved ones left and right hitting us in the head with tin fish.
Throwing tin fish at us. They're
So
like,
life
listen,
is
you guys
good.
are little trash monkeys. Go ahead, get them.
Okay, should we try it first or you want to talk about the Scotch?
Okay, so then also the other thing that happened.
Oh, real quick, before we go on, sorry. Hey, you have to check the show notes. We're videotaping this, but the program was acting real stupid earlier.
Oh, no.
So if you want the video, it'll be up on Spotify or YouTube. Unless it doesn't exist, then it's audio only. But as we're recording this, I'm really not sure which way this cookie is going to crumble.
That's sick. I don't care. Man,
Yeah,
I'm just going to stop looking at myself in the camera. What's the point in that? It's hella distracting. All right, so we got this tin fish thing. I told Nick he should be the one to introduce the tin fish on the podcast because he's like a tin fish monster. But I feel like you don't have a lot of enthusiasm.
What do you mean?
Are you so? I think you like literally. We got all these cans of tin.
No,
fish.
I was like, I'm gonna lose weight because all I'm gonna do is eat this tin fish.
He's been talking about eating only tin fish for the next week. Like he was talking about that like the day after Christmas.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
And it wasn't just losing weight. You are a tin fish monster. Like
Yeah.
you love tin fish.
Mm-hmm.
You love getting down with tin fish. There's something that you really like that has sardines in it. Do you remember that? It's a troll bowl that you used to eat a lot.
Oh, probably. I don't. You mean one that I would make?
Yeah.
A troll bowl is when I throw together all the things that we have in the kitchen that I like into a bowl that kind of go together, and
Usually
I
are
eat it.
very soft.
And no, there's always something crunchy in there.
Yo.
Don't even act like I don't have
A
textures.
real troll bowl was always like mushy also. Anyway.
How would you
troll
know?
bowl-
You never tasted a single one in your life.
I have eyes. We
but no brain. So what do you?
wait, this you used to make this troll bowl that was so fishy, and I'm sure it tasted delicious. But do you remember? I was like walking the kitchen, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was no recipe. There was a method to the madness. But if
Yeah.
you were going to say what was that, I would never remember.
Yeah, I think it was like canned eggplant and sardines mashed together or something like that.
That does sound pretty good. I like that in pasta. I like the eggplant, the tin eggplant you get from Trader Joe's.
I'd be
This
like,
Scotch
God.
is so smoky. Are you smelling this Scotch?
So the other thing is that another present that we got over Christmas. So my father is very generous with presents and a little like untrackable. Also, you want to see if you can see. I got my dad and I matching T-shirts for Christmas, and they say offensively difficult. And I gave it to my dad, and my dad goes, well, I don't even know what this means. And I was like, you don't know what offensively difficult means? And I was like, you're acting like it right now. And then he didn't say anything, put the shirt away. And then the next 3 times I saw him, he wore it.
I know. He loved it. Well, he also asked us, we said, what do you want for Christmas? And he pitched us a shirt It was very complicated. It had to deal with a cartoon dog smoking a cigarette on in front of like an old broken down liquor store, and all these different elements and different people checking him out. And I drew him that shirt,
and it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. Did he wear that one time? No, but he liked the shirt that you did.
Well, it was a good pitch because also I said, you can wear this, and I guarantee anybody who you've offended is going to be your friend. I was like, I dare you as a social experiment to wear this, and because my dad will take me into like bars sometimes, and he'll introduce me to the bartender, and the bartender will be so mad that he's in the bar because they've had some sort of argument or something's going on, but they're not going to pick a fight with him while I'm there because I'm like a new person and I'm like a friendly lady. So they'll be like, "This is my daughter," and they'll be like, "Okay." Like, not kicking us out.
Remember that one bar we went to when that waitress thought I was your son?
Then I was my dad's wife and Nick was my son. That was the worst day of my life. So anyway, my dad, I got him this t-shirt.
That was hilarious.
My dad freaking loves this t-shirt. He wears
Offensively
it
difficult.
every day. I said, now you can wear this shirt and be difficult and people will think you're funny, which is like, for him, it's like a golden ticket. He's very offensively difficult at times, just if you haven't gathered that. So anyway, he's very generous at Christmas. He always gets us gifts. They are usually like one time he had a entire lamb butchered and sent, and then he packed it in dry ice himself and sent the entire package via you.
It was like a $2,000 present.
It was so expensive, and he was so stressed out. And I was like, it's great. Like, thank you.
It was the best lamb I've ever had.
And it was the best lamb I've ever had. But man, it was just crazy. It was like the craziest thing. He's gotten me a really nice bocce ball set. We don't have a lawn, and I've never played bocce ball. Like stuff like that.
That was our moving to LA present. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
So what about
anyway,
this
year he got us some really nice Scotch. And we're not like, Nick knows more about Scotch than I do. I am not a particularly like avid Scotch drinker, but it's kind of fun because you can build your bar and do all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
And so now we have a shit ton of sort of different Scotches, and so now we're gonna have canned fish and Scotch for our. So hey, Nick.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh wait.
What?
Maybe we have to introduce them. So we have two different kinds.
Okay.
One is an 18-year Isle of Skye blended Scotch whiskey. That's all I know.
It's from Speyside, so those are very like smooth Scotches. And I think what this is they'll take like, so obviously like single malt is kind of thought of as the more expensive, better kind of Scotch, for lack of a better word. But some of these blended Scotches are like different from different batches or whatever from a single distillery, and that's what this one is. So I forget, it's like McLeod or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a pretty famous distillery. So it's blended from different batches from that one distillery and then aged for 18 years in oak barrels.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
old.
And it's unchill filtered, which I don't remember technically what it is, but when I first learned about Scotch, that was like a big deal if it was unchill filtered.
All right, number two.
Let's drink the first one first.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired of talking.
I know we've set
3
this up
minutes
too much.
in.
Huh?
Here we go.
Ready?
So smooth. See, that's a Speyside.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Subtle, smooth, really good.
Yeah, good.
Really good.
Kind of bourbony. Don't look at me like that.
Okay.
All right. The other one, Akavan
Don't know.
Islay blended malt Scotch whiskey. It's 13 years.
So that's Islay is how that's pronounced. Boom roasted.
Did I say What
You
did
said
I say?
Islay,
Oh.
which is how it's written. I mean, who would say it Islay? So that's where like Lefroy comes from.
Oh,
so
that makes
Islay's are
sense.
the peatiest, aka smokiest of all the Scotches.
Yeah. So
So
right now,
that's
like
why
my
it
eyes are
smells like
watering
that.
from turpentine smell.
Where I first really learned about Scotch, cheers to
Cheers,
you,
my love.
was at this bar, and see, that's that peat right there. That's it, baby.
Oh man.
Is it like what proof is it? Let me see. 92 proof. Yeah, that's no joke.
That's hot.
That's hot, baby.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, when I first learned about Scotches, I was working at the this place called the Marion Street Cheese Market in Oak Park, Illinois. R.I.P. No longer there.
No, Oak Park's still there.
Oak Park is there. Marion Street Cheese Market, long gone. And and it had one of those dishwashers at the bar. You know what I mean? Where, like, you have to wash your own dishes, but there's a machine there. There's like a blessing and a curse to that. And anytime people would order Lafroig, we couldn't wash it in the dishwasher because once you were to open that, it would just be like the steam from a Lafroig glass would just like permeate the whole restaurant. It was so intense.
That's so funny.
And then the other thing I learned is like, fellas or ladies, whoever, never order a Lafroig on a date.
Why?
Just because it smells so intense.
Yeah.
It's just like would be the smell.
It's like if you rocked up and were like, hey, started smoking a cigar or something like
basically. Or almost worse, it'd be like if you just lit a cigar and then just left it on your table.
That's a power move. I like that. That's a power move.
Yeah, do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying don't do it on a date. That's just, I've never seen it work out for anyone.
They're like, nah, going out the back window, baby.
Okay, so this is a marinated fried mussel, baby.
I don't hate that.
You were prepared not to like this.
Yeah. I usually don't like canned mussels. It's not bad. All right. Oh, no, I don't like that.
That's intense.
I think for sure I don't need to have another one of those.
Yeah, that's pretty fishy. Damn, Portugal.
No, thank you. Give me some crackers. Was there something wrong?
Damn.
I do that.
Wow.
Will taste like the ocean. Jesus Christ. All right.
Well, I think something happens to the texture of a mussel when it's anything except for like, you know, steamed fresh or whatever, you know, cooked fresh.
I mean the texture, but damn.
All right.
This is a pretty intense mouth noises, man. You're gonna knock your scotch over.
Oh shit. Hey, if the video's working, look at these little glasses. Muriel's mom got us these like little classy sherry glasses, but we're just drinking like any kind of liquor out of it, scotch, whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice, little classy situation. I'm gonna have to go back to the smoky stuff just to.
I've been drinking it. I just am trying to kill whatever's in my mouth. I think it's still alive. Okay, so God bless everyone and
whoever
Merry
bought
Christmas.
us that. If you're listening, we love you.
We love you, and we love the thought, and I'm sure that they're really like on some tapas plates in Portugal. Just people are gulping them down, but I really am never going to do that again. That's done.
Right.
You're done. So,
all right. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. We did. We went up to Seattle. We were there for a minute.
So I want to start with the road trip stuff.
Yeah, we road trip because I was gonna maybe be bartending. We didn't know if was gonna have the time to. You know, we just didn't know, so we didn't buy tickets, plane tickets. I mean, so we drove up there and. Okay, so Muriel, stop eating crackers.
Sorry, I have to get this taste out of my mouth. It's a nightmare. All right, so we drove up I-5. We take our cat because we're gonna be gone for a while. Our cat is awesome in the car, like compared to most cat stories you hear. He's not like the most amazing, but
he's better than I could ever expect a cat to be.
Yeah, he spends he'll yell for a few minutes and be like sometimes he'll be really chill and then he'll stand up and just start yelling because he's like, okay, I'm done. We're done.
Yeah.
Like a couple hours in, and then he'll chill out. So we do about 8-hour days, 9-hour days, maybe sometimes longer. And we usually stay with him in the car and we'll eat a sandwich in the car with him. And he sits on my lap and he just like sits there or he sits in between us and he's really snuggling. It's very cute. He did a great job all the way up. I tell him he's a good boy. He's the best boy in the world. Bragging about our cat. He stays with our family. He goes to different houses. He meets all these new people.
Everybody.
He meets new dogs. Like he's like so happy
Everyone
and so
loves
great.
him.
Everyone loves him. I'm so like adapted to him being perfect. And okay, I don't know if you guys remember. I'm sure you do. The anal gland thing. That
might have been a bit behind a paywall for some people. I don't remember.
Okay,
you know?
so we learned
we don't
after
have to tell the whole story.
I'm just gonna tell really quick. We gave our cat a bath. I bought these brand new scrubby gloves that are supposed to be really good for washing cats. They're really delicate, but they kind of get into the undercoat. Did that, washed his little butthole, freaked him out. And it turns out if you scare a cat, they'll shoot their anal glands at you. So we were sitting there and I was like, what is that?
It was
all over our kitchen.
It was only second grossest thing compared to fried mussels in tin cans.
It was really, really bad. So like that's something you learn. If you scare a cat, they can shoot anal glands at you. So then the other thing is apparently, which I didn't know, if you spook a cat too much, they can also just release their bladder. It's like it's a fear mechanism. And our guy's so sweet. Like if he gets scared, he kind of clings to you. He's not like a biter or scratcher. When he gets scared, he might hiss a little bit, but like he's very much like, I've never seen him do anything violent.
I've only seen him hiss, I think, twice.
At a dog.
No.
Oh, once at us.
And one time at my sister Sophie.
Yeah. Well, he's just a cowboy a couple times.
Oh, you're right. He did hiss a cowboy. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Less than 10 times.
Like in his lifetime, maybe 4 times, right? And he's 3 years old. So he's like very well behaved. We get this little bitch in the car. And we were only in the car for a tiny bit.
It was January 1st.
January 1st. Everything's closed. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. We get on the freeway and there's just a lot of trucks and he hasn't been in the car in a while. And I swear to God, he looked up, he got in my lap, looked up, put his hands on the thing, looked out of on the windowsill. He like looked out the thing and he's like clockwork orange. Like his eyes are going back and forth, back and forth. And I was like, wow, he looks really overwhelmed. And then a truck drives by and he just stiffened his back and he peed all over me like a cup of pee. Then I was just in leggings. I just had him on my lap. Nowhere to pull over, nothing open. And I had to,
it was like 7 a.m.
And I just
on
sit,
New Year's Day.
And it's like he's so sweet and it's not his fault. So I just let him sit in my lap. So he's like sitting on my lap in his own pee. I'm sitting in his pee. And we drive for like an hour and a half.
No, it was way less than an hour.
It was
and a
so
half.
long.
It was really long feeling because it was drastic, but it was way less than an hour and a half.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it didn't smell that bad. I was like, "Are you sure?" And then you adjusted, and it like released all the pee fumes.
Oh my God! It was a nightmare.
Well, here's what it was. You were that was another thing about it is you were so calm about it. You just said it. You weren't like, oh my God, shit, he's peeing on me. You were just like, the cat's peeing on me. And I was like, what? And you're like, yep, all over me. And you're like, he's still going. Like you were just so calm.
Well, I didn't want
and
to
I was
scare
like,
him more.
But it was so like you were like I had a hard time clocking the reality of the situation because you were like, yep, I'm soaked. And I was like, really? I was like, really? I didn't believe you because you were acting so calm about it. And you're like, yeah, I'm in a puddle of it. You're like, my vagina's just sitting in it.
It was so gross.
And so then I was like, what do we? You were like, well, there's nothing we can do. And I was just like, okay. And then I was like, no, there is. We're gonna stop at a gas station. You're like, well, I can't clean myself. I was like, I'll go buy some baby wipes. Like, we'll
Nick
figure it out.
took care of the conversation because I
took care of everything.
I definitely.
And it was not an hour and a half.
It was like 4 hours.
I took care of you really fast.
You found
but
a
it
place.
did seem way too long based on the scenario.
Well, then I had to go to like a weird, quiet truck stop. Like I tried to like be like, okay, I don't want her to think I'm like doing something weird, like the attendant. So I was like, you go in first and buy me baby wipes because I don't want to like go in there and buy them and then go to straight to the bathroom.
Right.
But that was also so bizarre because we're the only people there. So then Nick goes and buys the baby wipes, comes out to the car, hands them to me, and then I just walk in with like all these clothes in my bag and like a plastic bag, and I just have beeline for the bathroom. I'm in there forever. I'm like trying to clean myself off and change my clothes. And then I come out and Nick's like, I told her.
I didn't tell her he peed on you. I said he peed in the car, and then she was really good about like, because we were trying to problem solve different things. You know what I mean? Because the towel that we were using was gone. Like we had to throw that away. We had to buy all new stuff. We got baking soda. We got car scent. We got these industrial strength paper towels. We got a bunch of
and we
stuff.
got like a deodorant, like a antiseptic spray that goes into upholstery. So like,
oh, hold on, time out. I'm gonna go get this stain remover spray.
We talked about do it at the end if we have time.
No, I'm gonna grab it real quick right now because I don't want to forget it.
All right. Well, I came out and he was like, "Oh man," she had just hooked us up with everything, and she said, "Well, he's a baby, you know, he can't help it." And I said, "You're right, but if he does it again, I'm throwing him out the window." So she thought that was pretty funny, but I don't know if she knew I was joking.
Okay, look, I gotta We don't get paid for anything except for when you guys sign up. So we're not getting paid for this. But Rocco and Roxy Supply Company professional strength stain and odor eliminator completely removes pet urine. This is the best product of all time. This is such a good product. Buy this if you need it in your life.
Yeah, we definitely did.
It's so good. Our car literally smells better than it ever has.
So, yeah, that was like the big highlight. I mean,
that was the big highlight. That's hilarious.
No, the other big highlight was that we chose a new place to stop. So, like, we like road tripping, and we always break up our trip. Like, we spend the night somewhere in
usually we do it about halfway in
like
Northern California. And this time we
Oregon.
decided to go like 11 hours the first day and stop in Ashland, Oregon.
Yeah, and
which is a weird ass city.
That was super weird. It was really, I don't know if anybody's been there. So like, it's the home of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is like one of the biggest Shakespeare festivals in the country, maybe like one of the top 5 in the world. Or
I
something
googled
like that.
it. It's one of the. It's not just biggest. It's like most highly renowned or whatever.
So the whole town is like kind of centered around this festival. So it has like a weird tone to it. It's very like, well, it's like kind of oddly like rich for that area of the country. Like, you know, there are areas of Oregon, I'm sure they're really nice, but for the most part, it's pretty rural before you get to Portland. And so like, and same thing with Washington, right? It's not like, you know, it's not like the same as driving through.
It's, I don't know, Cape Cod, or I've never been there,
or anything around like San
Santa
Francisco.
Barbara.
San Francisco, or like any of those like kind of, you know, where Big Little Lies was, right?
Right.
So like this is it's kind of like not really super wealthy, but there's so much money in this area, which is weird. And then also like everything's very bardish. Like there's lots of like antique stores and weird like, you know, it's like a lot of stores.
What's bardish mean?
Oh, like this bard, like Shakespeare, or like kind of weird theater, ladies who enjoy theater, which I'm of that age and ilk. But, you know, like people were like, oh, yeah, here's some sparkly metal jewelry. And like, here's like a, you know, like it's very like.
It seemed a little bit like almost like an Orange County beach town, but in the mountains of freaking cloudy ass Oregon.
And we're like older theater kids would like retire to, who are doing well in life. They're like, I need a crystal, you know. It's very like there's like lots of consignment shops. They're like,
there's like a whole store that only sells lavender products.
Yeah, only lavender.
like that kind of thing.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to get a beat on. So the first time we drove through, based on like. So we have kind of a sixth sense for this. So like, cause we've been working in restaurants forever.
Yeah.
So like we were looking at restaurants, we were going to go and like bar hop and go to restaurants around. And it was like, the price point was really high. It was kind of like when we went to the OC. For any old school listeners, we like did a staycation in the OC and did a podcast about it. And it was just really weird. Like we were in this like we were in Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
And it was just like everything was really expensive and super weird. And there was like kind of like it's an older set.
It's like nice but also trashy.
Yeah.
It's like luxurious but cheap.
And like if you go to a bar and there's a bunch of like ladies of a certain age, everybody's hanging out and dancing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is like maybe has a swinger element to it. Like there's a lot of like cross energy happening.
Like you go into a place that should be like kind of nice and classy, and then they're playing really weird techno music, and I'm talking about Ashland, Oregon here. And then it's a bar that's like swank adjacent, but then like the paintings on the wall are like of actual sexy bar scenes, so it's weird because you're like
not in that.
You're not in that. It's like, oh, I'm looking at a painting of like what this bar wishes it was and wishes their clientele was.
And everybody, and like we went into one like that, and it was like from the outside it looked super cute, like leathery, like bar stools and like kind of like a dive bar, and then you go in and it's like sort of like a hookah bar. Like it's kind of like there's this weird
I don't remember that one.
No, it was the one with. It was the one I think you're talking about with like the fake books.
Oh no, yeah. So that was like a weird library themed one, but it just didn't know if it was going to be like a themed like cocktail bar.
Yeah.
That was like a like gothic library.
Yeah.
But then I think that wasn't working, so then they just brought in a bunch of like video poker machines.
Yeah. And
no, I'm talking about the one where we got that horrible flatbread pizza on our first night there.
I got a flatbread pizza, and they because I got it because our
the food was not good.
Dinner, the food was
really
so
bad.
bad.
We basically couldn't eat dinner at the first place, which should have been good. It was like
I got like a duck French dip. It should have been great.
And I got like their fried chicken that they're famous for,
it.
and mac and cheese and things that like
the fried chicken and the mac and cheese were legitimately inedible. Like
they were so bad.
It seemed like the mac and cheese was made out of water and not like milk. Like it was really watery, but then the cheese was kind of like clumped together, and then the noodles just disintegrated like mashed potatoes. And we were just like, okay, well, you can't really eat that. And then the chicken was really, really slimy underneath, and then they used a gluten-free breading. And
is that what it was?
Yes. And
there was no crunch to it. It was like
soaked
soggy.
it in sauce.
I ordered Nashville hot chicken, and it was like dipped. Like if anyone knows, it's like a dry rub.
Yeah, right.
And it was like this saucy thing that was like on this floppy. It was easily the worst fried chicken I've ever had.
It was, and that's like supposed to be their thing, and it was so expensive, and it was like a dive bar. And so then we went.
But it wasn't really a dive bar. It wasn't
that cute.
It wasn't that cute, but it's not. It's important to recognize that it was more like a gastropub, like meaning it was presenting as good food.
Yeah, and
not a dive bar where like obviously the food's going to be like borderline, and okay, maybe it'll be good, and you'll be surprised if it's great, but like. It was presented as a good restaurant.
No, it was so bad. And so afterwards I was like, I'm still hungry because I couldn't eat any of those things. And I was like, I'm going to get one of these flatbreads. And we walked to this bar, and it was like, they were pretty friendly, but it just,
they were cool.
It was like counter service, but it was very like, it looked kind of expensive.
Well, we ordered a Fernet, and the bartender goes, is that one of our drinks on the menu? And I was like, oh, no. We were not shitty about it at all. We were like, oh, no, it's the liquor. I could see it right there. It's just like a very classic liquor.
Well, also, they just didn't have like very many bottles. So it was like one of like a few bottles on this shelf also, which is just like, nothing really made sense. And then they went.
That was a techno place with the paintings of a sexier like bar in Rome or something.
Well, and that was another one where there were like a lot of people like maybe like 15 years older than us, like sort of, which fucking go for it, but just like making out and kind of like doing like dancing, kind of like sexy dancing, but also just kind of like drunk. And then there was supposed to be a bar crawl, and there was like 4 people for that. It was just like so weird.
It was so weird.
And then there were also like groups of like 1 dude and 3 chicks, and like 2 of them are making out. Like it was just very like, it was just so
It was just
odd.
like, what is happening?
And then they brought out the flatbread, and their version of a flatbread is deep frying a piece of dough and then just putting cold sauce and cold cheese on top. So nothing was melted. It was just
but at least the sauce was incredibly sugary.
Yeah, I got a martini, and I ate most of that. Actually, I was like, it's pretty good, and you were like, it's not. I was like, well, I don't know. And then I got kind of halfway, and I was like, whoa. Well, when in Ashland, and then when we got back, we kind of learned.
We stayed
our
in the
lesson.
same place on the way back because it's a great little hotel. We were comfortable with it, and the cat was good there, so we're like, let's just stay there again. And Ashland was so weird that we're like, we have to crack the code because it's like should be kind of great. Like there's a couple cool things. There was that weird like art hotel. That was cool. And then we went to that Irish pub that was just like an actual dive bar, and that place was pretty great. And then there was this one sports bar that was completely packed because Oregon, the college football team, was playing. And we're like, oh, that's where all the like locals go. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
So anyways, we were like, we should go back. We should try it again.
So we went to the Red Zone Bar and Grill, and it was packed with locals. It was like older. Like it was kind of like more just kind of like, hey Bob, how's it going?
Yeah, right.
And it was awesome. And like they were running the entire bar, which was actually pretty big, and like all the tables, the bar, and everything. It was just one guy on the floor running food, taking orders, making drinks, and then the owner, because it was New Year's Day, he was in the back, cooking everything, and they just worked as a team. And they were busier than most of the places open, and they were just doing it as a 2-man team the entire
And
bar.
the food was great.
And the service
Buffalo
was great.
chicken sandwich, it was great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So couldn't recommend that place more. I had my doubts, but then they had like Westminster Dog Show on.
Oh, because it was a sports bar with like 100 televisions. So
Yeah.
one of them was like ESPN 5 or something.
We were watching
And a dog show.
dogs. We got tater tots. Like the guy was super nice. We were just like, this place rocks ass. And so that was cool.
And then don't forget about Local 31.
And then we went to this bar. We were just walking. We were just tired. I had been peed on all day. So I was just like, oh my God.
Okay, by this point you had showered and everything.
I had, but I was exhausted.
No, we were loopy. We weren't going to stop anywhere else, but we wanted to walk a little bit because the fried chicken sandwich was hitting a little heavy.
Yeah, right.
So we like walk down to the beautiful little creek or whatever. It's very idyllic, and you're surrounded by these mountains, and it's foggy, and it's, it's very murdery, kind of like Oregon serial killer style.
It's super pretty and super scary and like misty. And we walked into this underground, like we had to go down these stairs to get into this little bar. We're like, oh, what's going on over here?
Yeah.
And this lady, she had been working, I think she worked a double on New Year's, and she said she was there till like 4.
Yeah.
And then she did a like what we in the industry call a clopen. So you like close and then you open the next
Right. You
day.
close the shift, turn around, and open the bar the next day.
So she was like super loopy. But the funny part
because
is
we got there at like 8 p.m. or something.
we did, and nobody had come up to relieve her, and she was so sweet. But that girl, she had like kind of like a
She's been on like she's been on a bender for better part of her
like a decade.
adult life, which is God
which is
bless.
all good, man. And she was like I can't. She was like, what I don't even know what we're talking about. And she walked over and she goes, sorry, just got glasses everywhere, because there were glassware all over the bar, and
which means glasses like cups.
Yeah, like cups and stuff. And we were like, oh, no worries. It's no big deal. And she was like, do you want these? And we were like, sure. She's like, how many do you want? Do you want 2, 4? Do you want a dozen? And we were like, we'll take 4. Like, that's tight. And they were branded. Like, they're nice, like Collins glasses that are branded with the bar's like logo on it.
It would be the kind of glass that, like, she's saying Collins glass, but there's also plenty of beers that would go in like ounceage size.
Yeah.
That big that you'd get like your beer in kind of like a unique glass. It's not the normal pint size or shape, and it has like the bar's branding on it.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, this is so cool. And we were like, oh, were you giving these away for New Year's? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh. And she told us this long story, and I was like, oh, so like, are they like the wrong?
Is there an error?
Is there
Like,
an
why
error
are you
on
giving
them?
these
Like, why are
away
you
for
giving?
free?
She goes, oh, my boss he bought like all these cases. There's too many glasses, so I'm giving them away. I was like, is your boss know you're doing this? It makes no sense.
It's like, yeah,
Like a bar breaks glasses.
Yeah, they go through glasses.
We're constantly like, people who work in restaurants, like, you're constantly wishing your manager would buy more glasses,
Right.
more forks, more knives.
Yes.
You're always out of stuff.
You're always short on glasses.
And because restaurants, most of them work at this razor thin margin, they're not buying them, right? And you don't have a bunch of overstock. So he had gone out and bought a bunch of overstock, and this chick was just like, I need to give these away. She wrapped them up for us. And we took them home.
She's the nicest bartender we talked to in a long time.
Yeah, she was great. I really liked her.
cool.
She's pretty crazy, but pretty. She was my favorite. I would be her regular, like,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure. Yeah. So Ashland had a lot of weird secrets. Yeah, and then we went to this. We stopped off. Last place of the night was that fake bookstore, like hookah lounge gambling machine place, and it was just like this girl who kind of matched the aesthetic. She was, I'm sure, just like, this was the worst job ever. Just very pretty and like sort of like elegant. And
I know. I was like, what are we in LA? She like ignored us.
I
like,
know.
doesn't
She was
wanna
like
talk.
not feeling it. But then the only other person in the bar was this guy who was just like hunched over and like super crazy eyed, just like drinking these beers and watching her. But they seemed fine. Like they knew each other's names. She didn't seem like, it was just like, there's one bar.
Yeah, it's like, the problem is he's like, I mean, we're from the Northwest, so I can say this. He's an Oregon guy.
Yeah, right.
So like, he's either
He's
totally
harmless,
fine
yeah.
or not,
Yeah,
though.
right. Yeah.
Like, it's just really hard to tell. Like, if you are from the Pacific Northwest and you have a beard and you wear a beanie, it can go either way.
Yeah, he was pretty. I think he was way on like the eccentric side more than like
Creeper side.
no, more than like a guy with a beard at a bar. Like, I mean, he was definitely very weird. We walked in and he's like, Amy's in the bathroom. She'll be out in a minute. We're like, what? You work here? He's like a prospector kind of.
Man, God bless every single gas station in Oregon. They serve as like community centers. A lot. We've never stopped for gas in Oregon
and not been confused.
And also not just been like, yeah, confused. And also just like, is this safe for anyone?
Yes. I mean, so if you haven't driven through Oregon, like for a long time, you weren't allowed to pump your own gas.
Yeah.
And so there was always an attendant who pumped your gas. And that always seemed kind of intimate. And it was like, do you tip them? Or like, I just didn't understand like that. But then now it's just an option. So you can pump your own gas, but there's a guy there and he's like, well, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? It's like, I don't even want this interaction.
I'm glad that it's $3 a gallon. That's I don't know.
But it's a very like confusing place to just be in.
And that's the least of it.
Yeah.
The guy, that's the least of it. There's a lot happening at all
There's
those
a lot
gas
going
stations.
on.
And so God bless.
Yeah.
And take care of yourself and each other. Kind of vibes,
yeah. But people are really friendly and like, we're weird too. I walked into a place covered in cat pee.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah.
Come on, man. We belong there. That's where we're from. That's our bloodlines. So anyways, that was a road trip and we went home and just hung out with our families and it was pretty great.
It was great. It was
there was some sad stuff. My mom's dog died.
R.I.P. Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the blessing was that Muriel was there with her mom when Gilly had to be put down, and that was so wonderful that you were there. And Gilly did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He waited so that Liz could have some family and love.
That dog has been in our family for like 15 years.
Yeah.
He's been around like every major milestone for 15 years. And he's such a just like audacious, he's such a presence. He's a Chihuahua Terrier. He shrieks, he stabs you with his fingernails, he barks. He might try to bite you. He doesn't
He lost his teeth a while ago, so then that added a level to the biting. That was interesting.
Right, because it doesn't hurt, but he's definitely still doing it. And his lips are curled, get caught in his teeth, so they curl up, and then he just walks around. He always wants to get my mom. Like, he'll do stuff like, where like if you're eating around him, he'll just sit there and go, and shiver, and he doesn't get any food because if he gets food, he'll do projectile diarrhea everywhere. So he's banned from food.
Yeah.
He's just like my mom when she used to pick us up from the airport with the dog in the back. You knew that they were coming because once he sees the airport, he starts shrieking as loud as he can.
So excited.
And he shrieks because he's so excited because he knows like all of his favorite people come on the airplane.
Yeah.
So he just sits on the front seat. My mom rolls down the windows and he just shrieks all the way down every terminal. And you can hear him coming before you can even see my mom's car. It's like echoing off of like SeaTac airport walls. So it's like him not being there is not just like, oh, my love, like like somebody we love is not there. But then also like he's such a huge presence.
I know, just like going up to the door and have him not barking and being excited to see me.
Like losing his mind, not trying to get on the bed.
I was just like, wow, it's a big loss. Yeah. And really, his presence is like really felt. Tiny dog,
big personality,
big impact,
really big impact. So that happened like right before Christmas, like right before my mom's birthday, and that was really sad. But I'm really glad that we could be there. And
it was amazing. It was such a blessing that it went down like that.
Yeah. And my mom made a beef Wellington for dinner.
Well, the other thing that you did was you got her to kind of give her fish tank could glow up. She's
Oh,
got this
yeah.
90-gallon fish tank with a big old turtle in it and all these fish. And Muriel's like, we're cleaning the fish tank and we're going to go buy new fish.
Yeah.
And that thing was beautiful when we left.
It was kind of like
it was alive with the sound of music.
My mom and I have a history of like taking on like big projects and then just
Fighting
like,
each other
fighting
the
the
whole time.
entire time. So like if you're familiar, a couple years ago we tried to make macarons, those little like French cookies, and failed so bad. And Nick would come home and we'd just be fighting about these cookies. And so like then this year, and then one other year, my mom and I tried. My mom's fish had babies, and they were like really. The parents were like violently protecting them, and everyone was getting chomped in the water. It was like a bloodbath. So I had to catch like 50 babies and take them back to the pet store, and covered in like tank water. It was like the craziest operation. And this time Nick came over and he's like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "The gravel vacuum's broken." And I was like, "Why did you make me do this?" I'm fighting so bad. Nick was just like,
Muriel's just like on this foot ladder, hunched over this thing, like trying to do this thing. It's breaking. They're fighting. She's covered in salmonella or God knows what. And then she steps down, and then her mom just comes over and turns a footstool around like you were standing on it backwards. She's like, "I don't even know how you were standing on it before, Muriel."
And I was like, "Well, I was standing on it just fine."
I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go."
Well, then he made us martinis, but we were just like too mad to drink them. So there's seawater everywhere. But we did it. We cleaned it, and we got all these new fish, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
And I only got to spend a little time with your family, which I was.
Well, we're gonna turn right around, and we're going on a trip to see my parents, so we're
Yeah.
gonna spend a lot of time with them.
And I got to go on the siblings.
The Castellini siblings all went out to my grandparents' house, and out in the woods, and we had the big screen TV. We set up like the huge
the movie projector?
big screen movie projector. Watched Die Hard and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And it was really, really fun. That was great. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
Well, and my brother and his wonderful girlfriend came from New York, and we got to spend all this time with them. It was like a lot of like just. It was a really good Christmas.
Love to all of our friends in Seattle. Didn't see a single one.
Sorry.
We were just like, I don't know. It's like Joey's like my brother Joey from Salt Lake City was there also, and he's like seeing friends and stuff. I'm just like, how? Like we were there for a month this last summer,
and we saw
friends. But like if I'm there for less than a month, I'm just like I just don't know if it can happen.
Because your in-laws also are there. Our parents live like 10 minutes away from each other.
And there's also just something about a family's house, our family's house, that's like you kind of sit on the couch and then you're like, well, I can't get out of the couch.
Yeah, I'm doing couch time.
It's just a couch.
Yeah.
This is it.
And then it hits and you're like, well, now I'm going to have a drink and now we're going to go walk somewhere and get a hamburger. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah, but even walking to get a hamburger feels like kind of a stretch. I ate 1 billion cookies. I only gained 3 pounds. I always gain 10 pounds over Christmas. This year, I was like under 5.
Nick would literally be moaning in the car about how many cookies he ate, and then he'd go into his parents' house. Like one time I was in the car just because we were doing a quick like picking something up, and he walks in the gate moaning, comes out. He has like 4 cookies in his hand, and he's like eating them. They were not for me. He didn't get me a single cookie.
My sister Liz, she needs psychological help, and I need psychological help because she'll make, I'm saying, like 9,000 cookies, like a huge.
But they all get eaten, so it's like
they don't all get eaten. I'm sorry, they do not, and she knows they don't.
There are a lot of
they
cookies.
do not get all eaten. But then she makes too many for some deep psychological problem, and then I eat them for some deep psychological problem.
Well, it doesn't have to be a problem. It's just that you guys are well matched.
No, we're not. It's a match made in hell.
No, it's not. Because you are. I think that you are a very glass half empty dude. Because the opposite would be I love cookies and my sister loves to make lots of cookies.
No one who eats that many cookies is like, this is the best thing.
No, believe me, I've watched you. You, in the moment, think it is the best thing.
Yeah, and then afterwards, it's like any problem in your life. It's immediate satisfaction.
It's not a problem. It's the holidays. What are you talking about? fucking moan. Nick Snake Moan. Nick Snack Moan.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of true.
That's a good one.
Because I'll be eating stuff with the holidays, but I'll go away. I ate enough that I pretty sure I burned my stomach lining. Ate enough, drank enough. I was not feeling great for a few days, but I have no regards. No regrets.
See, that's good for you. See, I think that's like the line in the sand, right?
What, positivity and negativity?
Yes. If you have regrets, then you went too far.
No, you had regrets and you didn't go too far. You're just bragging that you didn't go as far as you normally did.
Well, that's
by
true.
Like 2/3, and you're still complaining. And if you hadn't eaten the cookies, you would have been like, next time I'm eating cookies.
Okay, well, I know that we're being a horrible couple right now, but one thing I do want to say is this was one of the best years ever for getting presents for each other.
Yes.
Muriel,
that was pretty great.
Muriel got me I got really nice things, but Muriel got me two things that blew my mind, and I'm so happy about them. Okay. So some of you may know an artist named Mark Ryden. He's a painter. When I was in high school, I came across one of his paintings at the Fry Art Museum. It blew my mind. And then what felt like the next day, but in reality, it could have been months afterwards. I don't know. I came across a magazine called Juxtapose Magazine, and his painting, that same painting, was on the cover of this magazine. And I was just and Juxtapose Magazine blew my little high school artist freak mind wide open. And my life has never really been the same. So Mark Ryden's one of my favorite living painters. And we just went to go see, he had a new show at this gallery here in LA.
Which was really good.
It was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
It's just full on masterpieces. Yeah. They go his cheapest painting's $400,000 up to $1 million at this show. And, the drawings, the studies, he's selling his little drawing studies for these paintings go for $60,000.
Yeah, you can't really buy anything.
You can't buy anything from him, right? And anyway, so it's you can never own a Mark Ryden, and even prints are expensive and all this stuff. So Muriel, this was the most thoughtful gift ever. I didn't even know this thing existed, but he did a show some years ago in, I guess, 2019, called the Snow Yak Show. And for that, he put out this really limited edition of pins for his show, pins that you would wear. And Muriel went, I don't know. Did you just Google Mark Ryden merch? I don't even know how you found it.
Yeah, I was looking at all of his websites, and everything was sold out from the newest show that were just souvenirs, and they were really expensive. And then I was looking at, I was all the resale stuff was really expensive, and I thought maybe someone would have a piece on eBay and sort of not just need to sell it. Yeah. And maybe I could just buy it for the price and not bid. Yeah. And this lady, there were only two people selling them on anything. Yeah. But this specific pin I thought was my favorite one. That one, there were only two people selling them, and one of them was selling them for $350. This is this tiny little brooch. Yeah. And then the other lady had 5, and she was selling them for $100 a piece. And I was and they were all in their original little velvet bag with their little thank you tag on them from 2019, and she just sat on them. Yeah. Yeah.
Best present ever. I didn't know it existed. It was so thoughtful. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then you got me these hats from Ebbitt's Vintage. It's old school wool hats, which I've always looked at but never bought for myself because I was scared they wouldn't fit. I didn't know if they would be comfortable. I didn't know if they would look good on me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm burping so much.
I know.
And wow, really, really excited about. And then, anyways, but you got me these hats, and they fit perfectly, and they look great, and they're so comfortable, and I love them. Thank you so much. You got me such good things.
Well, Nick got us and me. So I love graphic novels. So Nick got me a whole collection of graphic novels of just new stuff that are all stuff that I'm into. I spent yesterday just sitting on the couch reading, which was really fun. And then this is a new thing for the apocalypse. He just got us our library to start with all the DVDs that we love that you can only get streaming, like stuff that like might disappear. And this really amazing movie we saw a few years ago from Sundance that was in theaters for like 1 second. And they got our super tech savvy favorite friend to burn it off the internet, like get a copy of this like really obscure like Sundance winning film about a witch from Macedonia and like ancient Macedonia. So I am so pumped to have
that was a great present, because for a long time Muriel's been like, we need to start owning some physical media. Like we need to put together a library of the movies that are important to us and like pull on our heartstrings a little bit for different reasons. And I was just like, oh yeah, good idea. Like brush it off. And then so I got together, it's probably like 12 or 15.
Like 15, yeah.
Of like a good start to this thing. And what was so fun was I'm just bragging on myself now, is I wrapped each one individually and then put them into one big box. So you open the big box and then there's each one is individually wrapped.
Yeah.
Which is a very fun way for someone to sit there, and it makes it last longer. But Johnny and Paige were getting so excited
about
like off
movie
each choice.
Yeah.
They're like, oh damn, gotta own that one. That's a classic. Like it just made me feel like I was just like, I will pay you guys to be around anytime I give Muriel a present.
That was really
because it really made me feel like I did a very good job.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a good year.
And those are just a couple of things. Like we got. And other people got me good. I don't know. I feel like this was the best. This might be the best Christmas in terms of the presents I've gotten ever.
I love that. And I think it was kind of one of my favorite Christmases, like in years and years and years. And like, I had such a fun time at your family's New Year or Christmas Eve. Like,
yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Like instead of going to church, because like we usually go to church kind of later at night and eat later, and instead, Nick's mom like read some stuff out of the Bible and like led us in a song, and we all sang together, and it was like 5 minutes, and it was so sweet.
It was really great.
It was really sweet, and like then we had this great gumbo, which is like my favorite gumbo that Molly makes, and it was like, I think. I bartended for the first time, I think, ever at your parents' house, like in the last 20 years or something. I like that was really
because usually
fun.
I do all the bartending, and I really bartend heavily at your house.
Yeah,
but for some reason this year, like, we have a new a brother has a new lady, and she was shout out Chantel if you're listening, and she was like, Muriel, can you make me a drink? And then like Liz wanted, like everyone wanted you to make drinks.
I was making these like little like these vodka cherry juice things that Molly had gotten the ingredients for, because there was a whiskey or like a vodka cherry, and all of the ladies wanted the vodka cherry, and I was just making it up as I went along. Not a single one was the same as the other, but it was really fun.
They were loving it.
Yeah.
You freaking crushed it. It was so fun. It was so sweet.
And you made my mom all these margaritas, and that was so sweet. We made at my parents' house, we made a beef Wellington and all these sides, and I don't know, man. I thought it was really sweet. We had hella oysters. It was just like...
And then we weren't sure when we were going to leave. And then we kind of did the math, and we ended up leaving on New Year's Day, which means we spent New Year's Eve in Seattle, and we just like partied all night long. And we went to this club.
You liar.
And just did Molly.
We would just leave at like 10.
I hung out with Sir Mix a lot. And like I know I was high and tripping, but like I like communed with Kurt Cobain for a second.
Yeah, you had a real like Seattle moment.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was there. We were chilling on Lake Washington.
Shut up.
No, we went to bed. We were literally asleep. I did wake up. The midnight fireworks woke me up.
I slept through that. My mom and I we were like, okay, we're gonna get dressed up. We like got dressed up, and she gave me one of her fancy coats, and I put in some earrings. And we were like two ladies about town, like walking around. We put on all our makeup, and we were going to walk over the hill from her house to Capitol Hill, which is like a cool place. And we had like picked out a reservation at a gastropub, but the heart wants what it wants. Mom and I crested the hill, and what do we see? It's this super crappy, wonderful, like there's a mom and pop Mexican shop called, I can't remember what it's called. We go there all the time. It's always empty. We always have the same bartender. And my mom's like, well, I think maybe we should just have one margarita before we go. So we like go, and then we get a margarita, and then we got nachos, and then we got another margarita, and it all filled up with all of these like families.
Yeah.
And we were too full to eat anything and pretty drunk. So we walked into our reservation. We're like, do you want to just get a soft pretzel? So we just had some cocktails and soft pretzels. And
didn't you have poutine?
oh yeah, when we had
I love
Canadian
how
nachos.
you're like, I'm way too hungry, so you got a soft pretzel and poutine, or way too full.
Well, we didn't. There wasn't like the other option was like really fancy sandwiches, like, and they were. I was trying to just get apps, but I didn't realize it was all like French Canadian, like
Bavarian pretzels.
that was the lightest option. There wasn't anything else. I guess we could have gotten a salad, but when
would that have ever happened?
Yeah, and we start the night with nachos. What you gonna do? Backtrack into a salad? Like, what are we talking about
Yeah,
here?
right. You have to finish the year exactly how you lived all year long.
We walked home in the fog. We were just like, oh my God, that was the best New Year's ever. It was like 9:00.
It was pretty great. And then I was with my parents and sisters, and it was really sweet, and we were chilling, and I don't know, it was good. It was really, really fun. And then I came back, and I think you guys were watching Culinary Class Wars.
Yeah, that's a Korean cooking show. I just cannot get enough. My mom, I was like, Mom, you have to watch this. And then she just was watching it sitting on the floor. She's so cute, or on the couch, and she just kept turning around and going, why is this the best show? Why is this show so good?
I'm just realizing like a bunch of other stuff that I want to talk about this trip, but we got to be done. So they're just going to marinate.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring it up on our Patreon.
Yeah, I'm definitely, because we got to talk about my dad with his Volkswagen.
Oh my God!
And there's a bunch of stuff.
There's so
much stuff. So
okay,
but we got to be done.
There was a lot. It was 10 days. That's why we're so late on all of our shit right now.
Yeah, and why we didn't see any of our friends, because we had to go drive around in my dad's 1970 V-Dub Bug.
All right, Happy New Year. Don't eat the canned mussels. I would say if you like them, do, and if you're on the fence, you're probably not going to like them.
I would be pretty surprised if someone went from never having had these to, like, as an adult, to like eating them and liking them. That would be a pretty big shocker for me. Well, I'm going to try one more.
No. Okay. I really want to know.
Here it is. Some things are always
No, do it without the cracker. Just do it. Is it better?
I just had to spit that out. Oh my God.
Why did you do that?
I thought it would be better, not worse the second time. The texture is so foul.
My neck, my veins.
Shocked. I'm shocked.
We have to go Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I'm just finished. I have to drink scotch.
You did that to yourself.
Thank you for listening to Mouth Noises. This has been Nick and Muriel. We love you guys. Yeah, I don't know. That's it, I guess. We have other, I don't know. There's a million things we could talk forever. Okay, we got to go.
We got to go, man.
Bye.
Bye.